Thank you so much, Kevin, and thank you all for being with us here today. Welcome to our first webinar for Food EDU. My name is Selena Ahmed. I serve as the Global Director for the Periodic Table of Food Initiative, as well as the Dean for Food EDU. To kick off our very first webinar, I will be sharing about the seeds of our vision for Food EDU. Like any new initiative, while we have aspirations, direction, and milestones, the expansive vision for what Food EDU is and will become is largely uncharted. It is our hope to co-create this vision with our evolving ecosystem of global partners, with you. What I will share with you today are the seeds that have given rise to our initial vision for this new educational platform and community engagement hub. Food EDU was created as an ode to the interconnected nature of food systems, as a celebration of human capacity, innovation, and problem solving, an inclusive gathering space for stakeholders across food and health systems for shared learning and knowledge exchange. Food EDU was created as an incubator to integrate diverse ways of knowing and to translate this knowledge to inform decision-making. A vehicle to build capacity for transdisciplinary, data-driven solutions to address the most challenging and pressing challenges of our time: climate change, malnutrition, and loss of biodiversity. All healthy things start with community, from farm to table to the health of people and the planet. Food EDU is seeded to create a global community of knowledge around food, integrating the importance of place-based specificity with the undeniable globalized nature of food system challenges and solutions. Specifically, Food EDU was seeded as a capacity strengthening arm of a related food initiative, the Periodic Table of Food Initiative, also known as the PTFI. Our mission at the PTFI is to provide standardized tools, data, and training to map food quality of the world's edible biodiversity. What do I mean by food quality? Today, we will be hearing from our panel of thought leaders about diverse ways of knowing food quality. The approach of PTFI for food quality is based on applying advanced analytics to characterize the known and unknown components in food, coupled with food system attributes, including ecological, cultural, economic, and sensory, as well as health. As we will learn more about today, we still don't know all the components in food, their ecological functions, and their health attributes. These food components are diverse. Scientific exploration shows us that food is composed of thousands of components, including macronutrients, micronutrients, and specialized metabolites, as well as other small molecules. Additional components enter food through agricultural practices and processing. These components serve diverse functions in ecosystems as well as in our bodies. The quantity of these components varies during food's journey from farm to table. The PTFI is mapping this composition as a global resource to understand food quality. We will make this knowledge available in an open access data platform for all to empower evidence-based solutions. At the PTFI, we have a bold and ambitious vision, one where each stakeholder involved in food and health systems is empowered to lead data-driven solutions for enhanced human and planetary well-being. But what are the pathways to achieve this vision? From the early days when I joined the PTFI, 2 years ago as of this month, the needs for food education, training, and capacity strengthening were evident. The PTFI is generating unprecedented data on food quality. But for this knowledge to be impactful for supporting our vision, it needs to be integrated with other bodies of knowledge and to be operationalizable. How do we achieve this? How do we enable stakeholders to lead transdisciplinary data-driven solutions? We need food education that breaks down traditional silos and makes knowledge available in actionable ways for empowering diverse stakeholders, including farmers, agriculturalists, healthcare practitioners, food enterprises, policymakers, and more. How do we support scientists to have the skills to generate and integrate scientific knowledge in ways that address pressing societal needs? We need food education to fill gaps in existing university curriculum, such as that on foodomics and society. How do we ensure there are enough learners interested in such university curriculum? We need to integrate food education early into secondary school curriculum and offer train-the-trainer models. And how do we ensure equity of a globally representative workforce that does not perpetuate existing asymmetries in scientific capacity? We need global food education that is open access for all and that features experts and thought leaders, such as those that we will hear from today. Thus, Food EDU is seeded as a pathway to empower food and health system stakeholders around the world to lead data-driven solutions for enhanced human and planetary health. With its connectivity to the Periodic Table of Food Initiative, training on food quality is central to seeding our vision at Food EDU. Knowing the quality of our food supply, including how it is shifting with climate change, is critical for improving human and planetary well-being. The dominant paradigm for agri-food systems during this past century has focused on maximizing agricultural yields and calories, often at the cost of the degradation of the natural resource base that supports nutrition and health, driving biodiversity loss, our climate crisis, and the increased prevalence of diet-related chronic disease. These challenges disproportionately impact the world's most vulnerable populations. We are at a critical time to reorient food system priorities. I believe that a focus on food quality can drive a paradigm shift for producing sustainable and nourishing food that is accessible, safe, and desirable for all. We each have our own way of approaching food quality as it intersects with our ecosystems, cultural identity, histories, sensory experiences, and well-being. At Food EDU, we seek to integrate the diverse ways of knowing food quality, including traditional ecological knowledge and multi-omics analysis, by bringing together stakeholders with distinct perspectives, values, experiences, and approaches. I'm going to leave you with a brief clip of my story, my food story. Observing diverse food systems characterized my childhood, being born in Pakistan. Both my mother and my husband are amazing cooks, chefs, and celebrate food diversity. A systems perspective centered on food quality became the focus of my work after learnings from Indigenous peoples' communities, starting in graduate school with ethnobotany field research. I first entered each community with a relatively myopic and linear research question. However, the community members I engaged with inherently viewed the topics I was examining through an interconnected systems approach, in relation to, not in isolation. This was particularly the case in an Aka community in the uplands of southwestern Yunnan, where I had long-term research and learnings. A core aspect in the way that many of the community members were managing their agricultural systems, including their agroforest, their surrounding biodiversity, their livelihoods, diets, and health, was for food quality. Food quality being approached as a multidimensional attribute, bringing together spiritual, cultural, ecological, and economic values, as well as practices. I learned that food quality was approached as a foundation for good health, for food as medicine. I learned that food quality was shaped by the rich biodiversity of the community's surroundings. This food biodiversity, from the diversity of wild edible species and ancient land races, offer a mosaic of land use types for supporting food security, health, and resilience, was reflected in the incredible and delicious dietary diversity at table. Food diversity was being managed not only for today, but for the grandchildren of today's children. These learnings on the interconnected nature of food systems the importance of managing for food quality and diversity, and the need to build capacity for future generations around the world, the leaders of tomorrow, are foundational preceding the vision of Food EDU. Thank you again for being here with us today at our very first webinar for Food EDU. I would also like to thank our funder, the Rockefeller Foundation, for supporting this vision and being incredible thought partners. Also, thank you to our Curriculum Advisory Committee for guiding us in this journey into the unknown. Powerful partnerships are the core of our approach and our vision. We look forward to charting this vision of food education with you. Together, we need to dream up a future of nourishing food systems for both people and the planet. I will now pass it to our leadership team who is expanding this vision and bringing it to life every day, Kevin Cody and Jackie Bertoldo.